There was a lot that happened this week, and I feel like we are due for a little recap. The very first Republic of Motion event happened this weekend. Was it a success? Absolutely. I think the cap for the venue that we had was around 130 people. We ended up getting 500 RSVPs. I'm super happy with every single DJ that I chose. They all had a little bit of different energy. I just kind of randomly came up with the idea like about a month ago. So many people came out, such short notice, truly a testament to just how badly we need community right now. It's also a testament to the connections and the people I've made along the way. There were really no technical blubs besides me like having a feedbacky mic every now and then.
This is fun. Sorry, I don't know why the feedback is crazy. The feedback is crazy, but I figured it out by pushing a button. Give it up for Women in STEM.
Oh no.
It also became very evident that I have to do more and more events like this. People kept saying, they're like, oh, when's the next one? When can I come again? To be totally honest with you, this was never something that I intended to do with my career or my life. I host a lot of parties at my house. What I really liked about this venue was the fact that it was mostly indoor-outdoor vibes. I felt like the decor matches my aesthetic and my vibe perfectly. However, there's a new venue that I'm eyeing that even matches my aesthetic and vibe even more so than this one. There's a lot of indoor-outdoor spaces and a lot of figure eights, and I think figure eights are the key to having a successful club or an event. Don't want people to feel like they are stuck there seeing the same people, especially if there's someone they're trying to avoid, or if you're flirting. Sometimes it's nice to like escape and then like circle back, which is why they call it the figure eight. This new venue has a lot of figure eights. Something else that happened this week is I put out a single. Spotify will give you a live feed of how many people have listened to your song. Today is Monday, and I put out the song technically Thursday evening, I would say Friday, and we are at 27,000 streams, which is pretty freaking good. I did make some editorial playlists. I made this playlist called All New Pop and this playlist called Evolver. You can see here that from All New Pop, I got 4,000 streams. And from this Evolver playlist, it looks like 38. It's actually just a real testament to the organic streams. I think it's like really amazing that that many people have locked into the single that soon without really any crazy promo. I didn't have a crazy music video for this like I usually try to. I didn't even have time to put out a visualizer on YouTube because it didn't really feel like the vision was fully there. Release weeks in general are pretty tough. It's very common for your wins to not feel like wins. Me having 30,000 streams in just a couple days is a huge win. There really was a time in my life where I could not even get 1,000 streams in a week. It just reminds me that I've worked so hard for my artist career. Comparison truly is the thief of joy. If I were to see 30,000 people in a room, that would be insane that they've all heard that song. Your wins don't always feel like wins. I had a crazy successful party this weekend. I put out a single, and today I just announced my first headlining show ever in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, today I just kind of feel like poo. The reason why wins don't always feel like wins is because there's a lot of expectation that you have in your head of how it's supposed to feel instead of it just being a win. In a lot of movies, the winning moment feels crazy. It's like a crowd of people, like a celebration, there's a cake. Honestly, a little bit over dramatized in your head of how good things could go. Didn't expect anything to go bad. I actually expected everything to go really well. Because of that, my feeling is a little bit more bland. I can imagine that if I thought everything was gonna go really bad and then it actually went really good, that maybe I would feel better about it. But I have to remember that the feeling of feeling good is really just subtle. And it's tinier. It doesn't always have to feel like a firework. There are people that I wish could be here to celebrate these wins with me that just aren't here. So I think that's kind of like messing with my mental a bit. I want to talk about things that went really well with the party. We had branded cups. So basically when people are having their drinks at the club, it has the little flag on them, which I think is so cute. I think they're gonna run out of cups, to be totally honest with you. But they look really cute. I thought that was a really good, smart decision because in every single photo, when people had a cup, they had a prop to kind of work with the photos. Another really big success was having the flag. It just became a really good photo prop, and because the colors are so primary and so vivid, it just made every image look fantastic. That's what I do for you guys. I'm heavy working in the back. Wait, I think this actually looks good.
Not wait, I think this actually looks good.
Like, this looks like fun.
Spending like 15 hours on it.
Let's talk about some things that I absolutely have been adoring this week. I've really been adoring the song Without You by Cashmere Cat. It's actually a song that came out many, many years ago, and it was one of the original inspirations for my side project, Hidden People. I have always been, but even more now, I've been so obsessed with Katseye. It is almost impossible for me to go one conversation in a new group of people without Katseye being brought up by either me or by them. They have really great values, which I think is missing in a lot of art right now. It's a really good time for girl groups, and girl groups are some of the initial reasons I ever even got into music to begin with. So obsessed with the Pussycat Dolls, so obsessed with Danity Kane, GRL, Girlicious, the list goes on and on. I'm a big sucker for a girl group, and I think Katseye is one of the most interesting ones we've ever had. Each and every girl feels like a girl that you would want to get lunch with. I've gotten to meet some of the girls, and they're truly just so nice and incredible. So I'm obsessed with Katseye. Oh, something I've been really into that's very random is beatbox. The branding of beatbox is just so opposite of who I am. All of my friends get beatboxes. What I love about beatboxes though is that box. I love that there's a lid that you can close so you can like walk around and drink it. And the hard tea flavor is specifically just so good. When it comes to any of those like canned beverages like White Claws or Trulies, I don't drink them unless it's a lime or lemon flavor. I am super strict on that too. I will never do any other flavor. Grapefruit, passion fruit, watermelon, grape, like I like all those things, but not artificial fruit flavors. I just think it makes my breath smell crazy. I hate it. Beatbox, it's pretty much all of those flavors except for hard tea and hard tea lemonade, which I haven't tried, and I would try that. I feel like the Beatbox drunk kind of reminds me of the Four Loko drunk, minus the caffeine. Oh, something I've been really obsessed with lately that I've been trying to incorporate more into my content and in my everyday life is humor. Like, it's very rare that people will make a punchline joke and I will laugh at it, but when someone does something natural to them, I find like something that's not even funny, and I can hyperfixate on that, which is why reality TV is my favorite genre, because the entire point is just watching people behave in a weird way, so I can really fixate on that. And maybe that's actually how I developed my like for that style of humor, is because when I was growing up, all I watched was reality TV, so that is probably where that comes from. So if I see a funny tweet or reel or TikTok or whatever, I'll save it to like a comedy board, and I try to like remember like what elements of it made it actually funny and study it. Like, for instance, singing is one of those things that people think that you just are randomly good at one day. And like, sure, some people are just randomly good at singing and they just never have to think about it or worry about it. The same way some people are just naturally funny. But like anything in this world, you can practice more and get better at it. So even though I think I'm pretty funny as it is, you bet your fucking ass I'm going to be studying my ass off and getting funnier and funnier and funnier. Kind of segueing into this, the last thing that I've really been obsessed with lately is being effective. There's a difference between being right and correct and being effective and getting what you need out of a certain scenario, and a lot of time trying to be right instead of being effective. Like, think about someone you're trying to debate. Sometimes people are so focused on like being factually correct that they forget that like in order to convince someone, you just have to be effective. You don't actually, it doesn't even matter if you're right or not. So I've been learning that comedy is a very effective way of communicating your point across and getting people's attention. So I've been learning that if I can just be a little funnier, it kind of actually works out better in my favor to get the thing that I need on the other side, which could be attention or probably just attention. I have a couple of shoots that I'm helping out with this week and a couple of concerts, but nothing really big artist-wise except for preparing for my show and also planning my next single. Just because I didn't really slay the visual down for this single doesn't mean that I can't slay it down for the next one. So this week's gonna be a lot of planning and thinking about how I can make the most iconic slay yet so that you guys can be really proud of me and wanna share the stuff. All right, I love you so much.